Yo, check it out. It's Mike Theory,
My
Cool
guy.
Sports, LA Icons in the building, Ozell, special guest tonight, Vinny fam. What's up, man?
Yo.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good.
How's the adjustment back to being back in the United States?
It's good. You know, I was in Mexico training and fighting, staying out in Tulum, actually, training and fighting at Tulum Muay Thai with the famous Thai camp that moved from Thailand to Mexico during the pandemic. And it was interesting. You know, I was out there for 6 months. Training, fighting, sponsored by the camp, so training fighters as well, and it was a great experience.
So you had 2 fights out there, right?
Yeah.
How are those fights compared to like being out here, training camp, all that? Like, what's the differences and what's the similarities?
Man, first of all, fighting internationally. You know what I mean? You don't have your fan base and people that show up for you, your friends or your family. It was just me, my wife Elisa, and she was actually pregnant at the time. So it was just us two, and then just like a bunch of people from the gym. And I mean, it was a cool experience because I didn't have to worry about, like, out here you got to sell tickets.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't put, how do they say, asses in seats, then you might not get fights, even though you're a good fighter. Yeah. You know, it's about, you know, who you can sell tickets, you know. So I didn't have to really sell tickets, and I could just focus on fighting. What was really dope is that I was training full time. So out here, like, I work. Right.
Yeah.
I'm juggling family life. I'm juggling training clients and doing stuff like that and teaching classes and then just getting my training in when I can.
Yeah.
But there I was just full-time training, like 2 sessions a day. It was pretty sick, you know?
Dope. Yeah. Cause I seen your post, seen you out there training, and it's like, I've been following you for a while, and I've known you for a while now. Cool. So out there, like your Instagram compared, like when you're over there and compared to over here, was way more active when you're over there. I always see your training. You're always doing something with fighting when you're back in the States, seeing your videos, but seeing your videos when you're in Mexico, all the training, fucking push-ups, pull-ups, running, sparring, hitting mitts, fucking what do you call it? Bag wars.
Yeah, bag wars. Bag wars.
So like, it's just way, you seem at peace though, like from the post, from afar. You seem at peace because you're doing. Is it because of the training every day? Is it because of the 2-a-day sessions? Is it the mindset's different out there because you know you're out there for a reason? Like
I think it's all a little bit of all of that, but also just like you're doing what you love, you know?
Yeah.
And like when you're doing what you love, it's just like, man, you can do it forever, right? And it's kind of funny because, you know, I'm a little older in the fight game.
Yeah.
And I turned pro a little late. So, but you know, there was a time where just like a year ago, I didn't even think I was going to be fighting again. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, in 2022. My best friend, Steve De La Paz, who was my best friend, my corner man, my first training partner ever. Unfortunately, he died, just sudden heart failure.
Rest in peace.
And yeah, rest in peace. Appreciate that, you know. And he was my number one guy, bro. We could train anywhere. I could train right here and get ready and go fight anywhere. You know what I mean? We just knew each other like that. There was times we didn't even speak. We just, you know, we're in sync, and he was my pad man, my corner man, just like my best friend I could vent to and talk to. And you know, when he passed, it fucked me up, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pardon my French for letting me speak Italian. Can you cuss on here? You know,
Italian.
Yeah, that's it. Mex-Italian, baby. But yeah, it really wrecked me, bro. I never lost nobody that close to me. You know, I've lost people close to me, but like older in age.
Yeah.
But you don't expect, you know, we're chopping it up on a Thursday. All right, bro, I'll see you. Great job. Let's get it next week. And then you get a call from the family on Sunday. Hey, you know, your man's he's on life support in the hospital. You need to get down here. And it just like I really spiraled 2022, you know, after that. So I didn't think I was gonna fight, you know, because he was my main trainer, and God made a way, you know, opened it up and said, hey, I need you to get after it. And who would have known, you know, I would have went out there with my wife, who was pregnant at the time, in Mexico, and made a lot of good connections and even a name for myself, you know. internationally.
Was your son born in Mexico?
My daughter, my daughter Genesis was born in Mexico. She's Mexican, you know what I mean?
How does that work with the baby getting her papers?
Man, so that's a great question. My wife, my wife's a fighter as well.
Same.
So she fights. So we're like the little, husband and wife couple duo.
Yeah.
We're here to smash the whole game, and you know what I'm saying? We're running through. But she told me like, hey, my lease is up in what is it? February, March, April, May. She's like, my lease is up in May of 2023, and I want to travel a little bit. She's been to Thailand twice, went out there to go train, fight. So I never really been nowhere, and I was like, all right, I'm down. So she was like, all right, then plan on it. We're going to go train here in Mexico, and, we'll handle that. And as we were getting ready, a couple months went by, we found out she was pregnant, which is a blessing.
Yeah.
And then I told her, all right, we're not going, right? And then she was like,
we're going.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. She was like, nah, let's go. Because we were planning on having the baby at home anyways with the midwife, like in the pool.
Fire.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to make it like more of an experience and Yeah. So, we were planning on that, and then it just so happened, bro, like it's funny like how God just makes a way for everything, because I was like, all right, we're going to come back like when you're 8 months or what? She's like, well, I've been looking into it. I found a midwife out there, and they just so happened delivered the owners of the Thai camp's baby out there too.
Shoot.
So shout outs to Eddie and Brooke Farrell, Tulum Muay Thai, that just recently moved this week to Escondido.
Okay.
So now they're Escondido Muay Thai.
Sick.
Yes, but they were there when we got there. She was pregnant. I told him, hey, we came down to train, fight, have the baby. Because she looked into it. She was like, oh, no, we're not going to come back. We can have the baby out there, and she can get dual citizenship.
Fire.
Yeah. And then, she's a mastermind. Like, she had it all wrapped up, man. And she was like, the baby can get dual citizenship, and we can get residency and eventually citizenship. So, because she like, So she's like, she's like, yo, like, because she wants to train and fight still. So, we plan on, she was like, what we're going to do is we'll have the baby out there. We'll come back and we'll do 6 months in Cali and 6 months in Mexico. Back and forth for the next 2 years, stack some money, you know what I'm saying? And then if we want to, eventually we get a residency or, our citizenship, and I can open a gym out there, buy some property, whatever, you never know. I don't know where it's at, but
go take 10K and buy a piece of land under your baby's name immediately.
Credit. Hey, on the real, that's like
10K is the land.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
You own the land because you had to have residency, right, to own property. So now the baby, you put the land on the baby's name, and that's it.
Hey, that's it, bro. That's what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Can I get a property?
We'll talk. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's basically how we ended up out there and came back for the holidays. You know what I mean? So.
That's sick. How was that? So the fights. I know you had your first fight. Was it like Jean-Claude Van Damme style, right?
Mm-hmm. Like kickboxer. Yeah. So
what is it called?
It's called Card Check. Card Check. Yeah. And the cool thing about that, bro, is actually we made history because they only do Card Check fights in Thailand. So
that's the first one in Mexico.
Yeah, the first one outside of Thailand.
That's fire.
Yeah, it's really dope. It's dope because Eddie and Brooke Farrell moved during the pandemic to Mexico because apparently Mexico was open. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or Tulum, you know what I mean? Yeah. And they just opened a gym there, bro, and then started a fight promotion and got plugged in, and they're actually paving a way for Mexico and Muay Thai in Mexico and just the whole scene. I was very impressed with the Mexico fighters out there, and Muay Thai is getting big. The Muay Thai is not MMA, just to let everybody know. You know what I mean? It's an art of 8 limbs, so it's elbows, knees, kicks, punches.
And it's also different from kickboxing.
Yeah, it is because in kickboxing you can't clinch
and you can't use elbows.
Yeah, so it is different. But yeah, they're really opening the wave, and a lot of people used to fly to Thailand to fight. You know what I'm saying? But now they've been going to Mexico, and it was really an experience.
It looked like rainforest.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, they're tree in the middle of the gym, and
That's Tulum. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like right.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it was wild. You know what I'm saying?
Mexico, right there in Tulum. You get the beach, you get the rainforest, you get the pyramids, the desert, you get all that right in the same area.
Yeah, bro. It was an experience, you know. So they offered me the car check fight. And I was like, you want to fight car check? And I was like, what's that? And they're like, that's where we wrap your hands in rope and you fight. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. You know
what was
I
your first like instinct, like your first thoughts when they told you about that?
I was just like, I'm down, whatever, you know, I'm here, I'm in Mexico, like I'm a fighter. Like I said, I didn't think I was gonna be fighting anymore. And then I get the opportunity to put on and showcase my skills and show myself. Like, as well as like for everybody at that camp, because that camp, everybody's coming from all around the world.
Okay.
It's not like
it's not just all Mexican.
There was people from all over Latin America, and there was also like, you know, Germans, Polish, like everybody, people from Thailand, like just passing through. Like, it's a pretty famous camp.
I was gonna say it's pretty established then.
Yeah. Well, Eddie and Brooke Farrell are pretty famous in the Thai boxing community. You know what I mean? And they're great people. They took great care of us while we were out there, and they took great care of their fighters. Some, you know, the people that live in Thai camps or that fight like that, some of them don't have family, bro.
Yeah.
They're not blessed with family. They're not blessed with children. And
you hear
stuff.
about like the stories too, like, so like with like the Thai camps out there for like MMA, was it like that's where who trains, like what's the I can't think of the name right now, but there's a big Thai training camp for MMA in Thailand.
Tiger Muay Thai.
Tiger Muay Thai, right?
Yeah.
So that's like, so all those who trains there wasn't in
I know Khalil Roundtree. A lot of fitness guys.
Khalil's went there. Vulcan Alsi, he's been there a couple of times.
Yeah.
He trains out there.
I believe Eddie Farrell was one of the winners of the sponsorship or the show or something like that as well.
Yeah. So like when you see like people that come out of those type of camps, because all they do is train, and then everybody's helping each other get better.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So you're like, what's the saying? Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
And when you're in that mindset, you're in that training camp, like you're there to train and you're there to get better. And if you're not getting better, you're gonna end up getting hurt. No.
You will, bro. Speaking again, not getting better, or just if you're not prepared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even me, I mean, yesterday we've been back 30 days.
Yeah.
And out here, my home gym is Kings MMA in Huntington Beach under Master Rafael Cordero, a real like world famous coach for MMA, like
shoebox and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know your stuff, bro.
Just fighting.
Anderson Silva.
Yeah. Exactly. Vanderlei Silva, all the guys like
Charles Oliveira.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Everybody, bro. All the Brazilians, because he's Brazilian.
Yeah. Well, then for Doom, but
Fabricio.
But he's out of Kings MMA, no?
Yeah, he's out. I was there like the whole time he was winning the championships and everything for the UFC and beat Cain Velasquez and all that. You know, they're raw there, bro. They have a real reputation for like, especially for sparring.
Yeah, they're going 100%. There's no light sparring days, right?
So yeah, bro. So it just so happened I showed up yesterday and they were like, oh yeah, I got boo-bopped up, bro. I was like, hey, Master, what's up? I'm here to pay my respects. He's like, hey, it's great. He's like, guess what? We switched sparring from Friday to Wednesday. So that's why I got a couple little burn marks on my face here, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
that's your lady kick.
Yeah, like, you know, I mean, the dudes put it on me, bro. Yeah. And you know, my lady's watching even in the back. She kind of said,
well, especially you're coming from Mexico and you probably haven't been in the gym for a minute. So they're like, oh,
it's been like 7 months.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, he's back. All right. So everyone,
let's get some work. We miss beating this guy up. Yeah. Right. So, but they put it on me, bro. And then my lady, you know, some people are like, hey, you don't got to spar that hard, this and that. And I just said like, hey, like, don't expect like, you know, cause I got work, bro. Like my girl was watching and she even told me like after, like, hey, they shouldn't have been hitting you that hard. You know what I'm saying? Like those fools were putting it on me, bro. Yeah. She was like, you're going too hard, like 100%.
Yeah.
But I just told her like, hey, well, this is how I look at it. Like, don't show up to one of the best gyms in the world and not be on your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Respect where you're at and respect what's going on here, and maybe you won't get touched up like that.
So did you give it 100%?
I was gonna say, yeah.
Did I give it 100% against the guys? No, but you know, I'm not gonna be like, hey, fool, can you not hit me like so hard or whatever? Like, I'm gonna weather the storm, bro, and try to cover up or whatever I can do. And I mean, homie just hit me, but they're training like 7 times a day, I haven't been training like that. Or 7 days a week, 5 days a week. I haven't been training since we've been home. We've been home. Like the last fight I fought was in November in Mexico, Muay Thai fight.
Yeah.
And then we had to fly to Mexico City to the embassy to get the baby's papers, get all our passport, and then come back.
Yeah.
So when we came back, I've been like chilling the last 8 weeks, so I barely got back. So that
is big dog.
Yeah, no excuse.
Went hard.
Hey, that's exactly what I mean. Like, don't you expect, because you're not on your shit and you're not training the way
you're back home being an American.
Yeah, the way you need to be training that other people aren't training like that. You know what I'm saying?
Got back home to the States, you're like, I'm an American again.
Yeah, bro.
Started relaxing.
Yeah, I was trying to relax. It's a little bit different because that gym is more like a MMA gym.
Yeah.
I'm the Thai boxer that fights out of there.
Yeah.
For the most part, but their Muay Thai is for MMA, right? They have even a different style, the way they move and stuff.
Different stance too, because you have to prepare for takedowns.
Exactly, bro.
So it's a different stance.
Exactly, but their striking is really good, but it's hard. You know what I'm saying? And like when you train at more of a traditional type of school or like Thailand or something, you go a little lighter, a little more technique because you're fighting every other weekend as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like weight class and stuff like that, or
there's more weight classes, and MMA there's less weight classes. So it's just different. Like
it's not like Bantam, Super Bantam, Flyweight Bantam.
Yeah, there's not like every
pound different belt.
Is Muay Thai like boxing? Like every couple pounds there's like a different weight class? Is it like that, or it's not as much?
Honestly, bro, I don't even know the fucking weight classes. I always forget what.
Every 10 pounds, so it's less than boxing.
What's your weight class, my brother?
Right now I fought at so many different weight classes, so I can't tell you what weight class is my weight class.
What's
right?
Your comfortable weight?
Yeah.
I think the most healthiest, especially with my age, I just hit 36, like from not cutting and being too like fucked up.
Yeah.
I think we're thinking like the 170s. 170. Like 170. It's like welterweight or middleweight or something. I don't know the weight classes, bro. I just say, what the fuck's the weight? How much you gonna pay me?
Yeah.
Is there a title? Like I'll show up. You know what I mean? Because I fought at 220, 200, 185, 170, 165, 155, and like up and down. You know what I mean?
From 170 to 210, or at what point is it just heavyweight? 190, 180?
I think it's after like 190, bro. I think 190.
And what's the difference between fighting someone at a walking 200 pounds versus fighting somebody at 170 for you personally?
Man, the guys are just a lot bigger, bro. Like I'm not the biggest dude. I'm like 5'9", right? Yeah. And I'm just short and stocky. I'm thick and wide up top. But I mean, like when you're fighting these guys, they're just like, some people are blessed. Like basketball players, they got to have a certain stature, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, so when you get a guy that like has that stature and is fighting at 170, like, or 200, like,
they're fucking with good genetics.
Yeah, bro. They're long, they're lean.
Yeah.
And if they're skilled, bro, that's a hard fight. That's kind of like the guy that just tagged me yesterday.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then when they walk in,
I told him, I was like, you're too big for me, bro. He's like, I'm a 155er. I was like, nah, stop.
Yeah, some of these fools are cutting like 20 pounds.
Yeah, vicious.
Yeah. The thing is that I blow up probably too much in between camps too. You got to keep it professional. Like, you can't be going up and then
be like Patty Plymouth or what?
Yeah, bro, exactly. I was Patty before there was Patty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you be cutting quick. I mean, it seems like it. What's your process with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of cardio, bro. Yeah. It's a lot of cardio, right? I'm running 5 miles like a few times a week. And then, I'm keeping my carbs really low, under like 50 grams to 80 grams, 100 max. I'm definitely cutting shit out like bread, or even like I'm sensitive to rice. I'm carb sensitive. Some guys aren't. They can eat carbs and it's not a problem for them.
I smell carbs and I gain like 5 pounds.
Yeah. I look at carbs and I gain 10 pounds. So, I mean, for me, it's a lot of cardio. It's like, if I hit the pads, it's like 15 pad rounds, and then if I hit the bag, it's 15 bag rounds, and then that's on top of me running, doing my road work. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of cardio, bro.
15 rounds.
And
road I can't say it. I can't even speak right now. Road wars.
Yeah, road work wars.
Oh yeah.
Road work wars, cardio wars, bag work wars.
Yeah,
it's just getting after it. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, I've seen you go up and I've seen you go down. I'm just like, fuck, I don't know how this dude does it.
So when you fought Anderson Silva's son, what was it? What What was that weight class at?
Man, that weight class, that was at 159 I weighed in at.
159?
Yeah, 159. And if he was big, bro.
Well, he's like his dad kind of, right? He's like tall and lanky.
Bro, he was big.
But he's over 6, right?
He had to be like almost, dude. Bro, he had to be like 6'3", 6'4". Yeah. I don't know his stats, but I think they said he was 6'2", and then I got there and I was just looking up at him and I was like, nah.
And then he's fighting at 159.
Yeah, but the dude has the genetics.
Yeah.
Not only that, you got to think about it. Like I said, I'm in between. Like when I'm out here, I'm in between jobs. You know, family life, doing all this stuff.
How was that weight cut though? 159.
It was tough, bro, but I got it done because it was the first fight after the pandemic. Mind you, another time when I didn't think I was ever going to fight again, right? The pandemic, no fights, no gyms. They locked me out of my gym. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the promotions weren't having anything. I was just really motivated. I was getting ready for something, and then there was a whisper about possibly fighting Anderson Silva's son, and then we accepted it, and then they declined, and then a couple weeks later, we're like, let's stay busy. We got another text like, hey, his opponent dropped out, and would you like to take the fight? And I'm like, yeah, I just want to fight. You know what I'm saying? But the weight cut was good, bro. But the weight cut was good because I had a good sponsor, so I didn't have to work as much.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
I could just focus on just training. You know what I mean? So I had my rest, I had my nutrition, I had
that's
my
the most
training.
part is the rest, because that's when you're actually like losing weight as well as when you're sleeping. Your body's recovering from everything that it did, and if you're not full, if you're eating right, you're gonna sleep and your body's gonna actually burn fat instead of digesting all that nasty shit that you're sleeping with. Yeah. So that's a big part of it. Like a lot of people they just think about the food and the exercise, but the rest that's like. If you're eating McDonald's or eating carbs and all that shit, and that's in your stomach when you're sleeping, your body's not resting. Your body's actually like trying to digest all that shit in your stomach, and your body, you don't get the good sleep that you need. So when you get up in the morning, your body's not rested, it's not recovered right. So all that's a big part.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It really is. You know, nutrition is key, and that's just a big part that plays in it as well as everything else. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I can't say I don't like to not go to sleep.
Yeah,
that's probably why you see me and I look so big, and then I got to work so hard dropping down. Yeah. But
natural weight. What do you walk around like?
Man, like probably like 190, 200 with a little bit of fat on me, like stocky. You know what I'm saying?
200 kind of big for 5'9".
I mean. Thick, you know, but
I'm right now.
Yeah.
So thick.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I weighed in at 190 today.
That's a pause for sure.
I started tracking my weight again this week because they gave me a call. Somebody called and asked if I could step in last minute. Okay. So I was like, yeah, well, let me.
So you got a fight coming up?
Maybe. The thing is that they asked me to fight, bro, but like with the promotions is that sometimes they don't want you as the fighter to fight the guy they're trying to build up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but the guy they're trying to build up, when they called me, I was like, I didn't know who he was, but I looked him up and he was a monster. And then I'm like, okay, you guys are just trying to bring me in to get hammered. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or not really getting hammered, but I mean, yeah, you know, they're expecting it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah. So, you know, I was like, what's the pay? You know what I'm saying? And then like, I can make weight, but I'm like, you know, I haven't really been training. You know, as much. That's why yesterday I went to my gym to talk to them about it. Yeah. And they're like, all right, let's see how you look on the mat. Boop, 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 boop. Maybe. But just I might have some fights. I'm talking to some people. On January 20th, I do have a trial for the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Okay. The one that Mike Perry and everybody's fighting in right now. So I have a trial in Los Angeles for it. Okay. So I'm getting ready for that regardless. Yeah. But they actually like called me for a fight last minute step in, you know?
So you're thinking like, are you going to try to focus on that? Cause that's an opportunity that organization's getting big. Mike Perry is blowing that shit up. Yeah. Like ever since he left the UFC and he went there, like didn't they make a belt for him? The King of Violence or whatever when he fought Alvarez?
Yeah, actually I think so.
So they made a belt for him and he called out Connor. He called out a couple people. He's trying to look for a fight.
I mean, he's pretty bad, bro. There's some guys you probably don't want to fight. I think he's probably like, that's going to be a hard fight. You know what I mean?
He's built for that. Because Alvarez, did you watch that fight? Or,
yeah.
A little bit.
I think it ended quick, didn't it? By a cut or something?
Yeah. So Alvarez doing the towel.
Oh.
So Alvarez, the first round was good. Like he was he was on the outside. He was throwing the jabs. He was tagging him, and he looked good. But Perry's he's just made for that sport. Like he just takes a punch, and then he. Everybody says, that's why they wrap your wrists and everything, because when you're bare knuckle, it's different than gloves. It's different than anything because you can break your hand. A lot of fools break their hands are swelling up, and the pain from a lot of the fighters don't understand the pain when it is for bare knuckle. And then I don't think that fool feels any pain.
Yeah.
Like if you see his fights, he's just busted up, but he's making all these fools quit.
I mean, some people will break you, bro. They might not even be like that technically skilled and blessed or gifted or whatever, but they're just gritty, bro.
And he's made for that shit. Like he's just made for that. Because in the UFC, he was good.
Yeah,
he was good. He wasn't like the top. He wasn't the top. He wasn't the bottom. Like he was good. It's just that he made that transition, and that was the perfect transition for him. Like to be in, and then now that sport's getting bigger.
It's getting a lot of recognition with him.
And he's bringing in all these. He fought Luke Rockhold. He fought Eddie Alvarez. All these fools are champions in the UFC that he's beating.
Yeah.
So it's just that's like an opportunity. And there's money over there.
I mean, from what honestly, bro, because I fight Muay Thai and there's not too much money in Muay Thai. So I have been thinking like, how do I get money? Because I'm hitting like my elder years where I'm not really over the hill, but getting there, or I got some good fights in me, but I've been telling people like, hey, I already fought Karchek out of Mexico, and I'm like, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, I'm down to fight bare knuckle, like, and then if they're paying, like, why not? Because it's even better for me, bro, because I don't got to worry about somebody pulling my head down near me that's a lot taller than me. I don't got to worry about the kicks, you know what I'm saying? And me, like my hands and head movement are a lot better, you know what I mean, than my stand-up like traditional type of Muay Thai style.
We're talking bare knuckle, just like some Street Fighter type stuff.
It's boxing, so like they do fight in the clinch a lot in bare.
They can dirty box.
So like there's boxing, but there's certain rules that and it's a circle. The ring's a circle.
Oh yeah.
So there's certain things that they do different than actual boxing, but it's like it's almost like a street fighting. But you can clinch in there, you can dirty box and stuff like that. But then it's just different because
where do they show that shit on?
Everywhere. Yeah, they got pay-per-views on it. Yeah, they got pay-per-view events and everything.
Yeah, pay-per-view. I mean, I don't know. Does anybody order fights still? I mean,
no, we still.
I'm always watching. Yeah, exactly. I'm always streaming some shit. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of organizations coming up right now. PFL's doing a lot of Muay Thai stuff.
Yeah. I'm hoping for some cage Muay Thai. I've been reaching out to some guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be nice, bro, to just get a call. Like when I was out in Mexico, the goal actually when I go back is Budo Cento.
Okay.
And that's the Mexico like promotion. That's like the UFC in Mexico.
Okay.
And they got some badass fighters, bro. Yeah. But they like to throw hands. You know what I'm saying? And they're still allowed to clinch a little bit and throw like one or two knees.
Yeah.
But it's not Muay Thai, but they can also use elbows.
Okay.
But they break the clinch kind of quick. Because in traditional Muay Thai, they'll let you clinch like for a long time. They won't break you right away. In kickboxing, you can't clinch. You can only like grab with one hand and knee, and then you have to let go. Mm-hmm. But in this style that I found out, they fight Muay Thai stand up in the cage with 4-ounce gloves, like the ONE FC. If you follow ONE FC, the big organization in
that's where
Asia.
Rod Tag finds out of, right?
Yeah. So Budo Cento, they're in Mexico and they fight in the 4-ounce gloves in the cage, and I would like to compete in that. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get my name. They were saying Eddie back at Tulum Muay Thai was telling me, hey, I threw your name in the hat, so stay ready. You know? So hopefully I get back there, bro. I would love to fight. And even, the Mexico fighters love me out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
you never thought about transitioning to MMA?
When I first started, I wanted to do MMA. Yeah. But I already had like 3 smokers and kickboxing. Yeah. And when I was like trying to do both like Muay Thai and then do jiu-jitsu after, like I was just torn, bro. Like my arm was up and I'm like, all right, like, I'm better in kickboxing than I am jiu-jitsu, so I might as well just stay in kickboxing and Muay Thai. And then I really fell in love with the art of striking. Yeah. Like K1 kickboxing striking and Muay Thai striking, and I really just wanted to stand up and bang, you know what I mean?
Because you got a lot of these K1 champions coming over now. You had Overeem, he did his thing in the UFC. Now you have Alex Pereira, Izzy, all these K1 champions coming over.
Yeah,
and they're
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm down to fight MMA. I'm even throwing my name in here and there when I've been seeing some fights. Like, hey, we need a fighter at this because I'm just trying to get paid at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is like I would hate to train MMA for 2 months, a whole camp, and then go in and have some dude lay on me and tap my ass out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, sorry guys.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know, so
I'm
staying in my lane as of that, but I should have been doing jiu-jitsu. I even work and teach at a jiu-jitsu. Shout outs to 10th Planet Covina, Fusion Muay Thai and Covina. I teach classes right there, but it's a jiu-jitsu gym. They're legit, but I haven't felt, you know, I've been just sticking with Muay Thai and kickboxing and going that route. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You going back to Mexico? You said.
We're planning on it, you know, but I mean, whatever God has in store, you know what I'm saying, is what we're going to do. But we actually found a place. As a matter of fact, it's right around the corner from here. It was funny because I dropped the baby off at grandma's, you know what I'm saying? And then, I like GPS to come here and I was like, oh dang, like it's 5 minutes away. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But,
that where you made those tees at?
These ones,
those t-shirts.
Actually, man, shout outs to my sponsor, Lemonade brand. They're the ones that made the shirts. And what was dope is that they made the shirts. For people that don't know, I go by the Mex-Italian Stallion. It's just Mexican and Italian because my mother's Mexican, my dad's Italian. So we were being goofy one day and just like, they were like, what's your nickname? And like, the Italian Stallion. I was like, nah, it's Mex-Italian Stallion because I'm Mexican and Italian. You know, I had to rep both nationalities. You know what I'm saying? But they printed these shirts out for me while I was in Mexico to sell them online so that I can make some kind of funds while I was out there because all I was doing was training and fighting full time and not making bread like how I make bread out here.
Yeah.
So they put them up for me. But yeah, they're the ones that made them.
That's hella dope.
That's dope.
But
shout out to them.
Yeah, shout outs to them, man. Appreciate
Lemonade
them.
from the Valley?
A Lemonade. Actually, they're from Garden Grove. They're out from Garden Grove.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, Lemonade. But they're plugged in with everybody that's like in the MMA community or.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they're cool.
What's up.
Dope as hell.
That's tight.
Super dope.
So who's Mexican and who's Italian?
In my family, my mother's Mexican and my father's Italian.
How'd they meet?
Oh, I think through high school, bro. Or my dad was like chasing her through high school and met up with her later, like years later and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Where'd your family grow up at, if you don't mind me asking?
My Italian side was from Detroit. And then they moved from like Dearborn, Michigan, from there, and then they moved into the Covina in the 70s. So my Italian family, so they were like the big Italian family in Covina that were known, like, you know what I'm saying, like, because it was small at that time.
Yeah.
And then my mom was from she was from like East LA, and then she ended up she was from like on, I think, Chavez and right there.
You're good.
Yeah. She ended up moving down here in Covina, and then like somehow they came across each other. You know what I'm saying?
Do you embrace your cholo side or your wise guy side more?
Man, I do both. I don't know. I guess I'm like half and half. You switch up, but I love both. Don't get me wrong.
When I'm always like, I would say cholo side.
Yeah.
Was it Blood In, Blood Out, or is it Godfather?
Oh shit, bro. That's a hard one, bro.
Blood in, blood out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I think now he's Godfather.
Yeah. I think what it is that, you know,
the hair slicked back and the gold chain has to be Godfather.
Yeah. But it's also the Miklo. It could be the Miklo slick back, or it could be the Ray Liotta slick back. You know what I'm saying? So
rest in peace, Ray Liotta.
Hey, bro, rest in peace. But I mean, definitely, and my older brothers from my mom's first marriage, they're full Hispanic. So my older brothers, they're from the Baldwin Park area. So yeah. So I grew up with my older brothers like being an influence on me. You know what I mean? And then my older brothers, primos, and then they brought me in, bro. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just this little white boy or little half boy. And
sounds like a Miklo story.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I was just right there eating tamales. Like, this is the best thing I ever had in 10 years. But you know, they're definitely an influence on me. And then I lived like back and forth. I moved back and forth a lot. Like my dad went to prison for a little while and had to do some time, and then I was with my mom, and then we were bouncing around from like city to city, all through like the SUV, like Valinda, Azusa, Montebello. I mean, like fuck, I've lived everywhere, bro. But when my dad got out, then I moved with him, then he moved out like this way into Riverside, to Ontario, and somehow we landed back in Covina at the grandparents' house at one time. So then my high school years I was there, and that's like probably around the time I would run into you, right? Mm-hmm. But then I landed in the SUV, and I mean the SUV's all that's all homies, you know. So of course that's who I grew up with and ran the streets with. So that's also who influenced my style and embraced me. So I embraced them back. That's why I made sure that when I said, you know, I couldn't just rep Italian Stallion, you know what I mean? Yeah. I had to rep Mex-Italian Stallion, you know, but that's also growing up like, you know, when you're young, people always ask me, they kind of look at me because they're not sure, you know, well, what are you? Are you white? Are you Mexican? What are you? I'm like, oh, I'm Mexican and I'm Italian. And that, you know, one day just Mex-Italian rolled off and I made it my own little swag thing, my own little thing. I branded it like I'm Mex-Italian. I'm my own thing. I'm the best of both worlds.
That's right.
So, you know what I mean? But,
this fool's been swinging it for a while. Swinging them for a while, bro. I remember this fool in the streets. Yeah. We used to do our thing. yeah. He's all we done talking about that.
I mean, hey, bro.
Hey, you remember the house parties, bro?
Yeah. I'm so happy for the way I grew up. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. We grew up at a special time, at one of the last, you know. 90s, early 2000s. I mean, it was a great time, bro. It's a golden era, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm grateful for everything for growing up in that timeline. But
the shit that we got away with back then.
Yeah, it's wild, huh? I was thinking about it. I was like, I told my wife, I was like, damn, it's crazy. Like, I remember being in like washes, and my parents didn't know where the fuck I was. I was like deep in a fucking wash in Walnut, or you know what I'm saying, abandoned houses, or wherever the. You know?
No shit on that.
Yeah.
And if one of our kids were to go do that right now,
I'll beat the shit out of him. I would beat the shit out of him. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, we weren't exactly there doing worse, criminal, horrible shit.
Yeah. Just
I used to say at the fool's pad growing up, and these fools used to be in summer school, right? And my mom would drop me off at their pad. And then you're living in Pomona at the time. So I'll take the bus from Pomona to Rolling Heights.
Okay.
By myself, I was like 13 years old.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
And I'll go pick these fools up from summer school and then go to the homies pad. That fool's on house arrest and fucking doing all kinds of shit. Yeah. At 13 years old. Like
just youngins.
Bro, I understand. Just jumping on the bus, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
Pomona to Rolling?
Hey, bro.
Hour ride, bro.
I would never take the bus nowadays.
Yeah.
Catch me on a bus.
I never.
Riding your skateboard by the hookers.
You know what's funny is I was going through some boxes looking for some paperwork, and I found a Foothill Transit. And I was like, damn, this is like fucking artifact right now. I'm like, shit.
482.
Right, 187, 492.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to
all that shit.
What was the Puente Hills Mall? I know you know that one. Oh, come on.
That was a station right there.
Yeah.
Take off to all of them, down to Azusa and everything.
Those are the times, man. Remember, you find your homies. You knew where everybody was if all the bikes were outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Yep. Or you knock on so-and-so's door. They say, hey, so-and-so here, you know. Nah, all right. Other homies bad.
You go to the spot. If nobody's there. Okay, so they're at the homies house.
They got to be at somebody's house, bro.
People ever know those times.
No.
There's great times, bro.
Good times.
Using the payphone. Hey, call me at this time on the payphone. Then you go to the payphone at 3:30. They're gonna call me. Go to the payphone and wait there.
Because we're the age of when the cell phone became like accessible to kids, kind of. It was.
Yeah,
it was barely coming.
The boost. I had the Nokia.
I had the Nokia,
the brick Nokia. You know what I mean? Like, dang.
With the snake.
I had that shit on. I had prepaid minutes.
Yeah.
I used to buy
snake.
Yeah, the snake game.
Before that, pagers and shit.
I had a pager.
Yep.
My cell phone was prepaid. So I'll go buy a prepaid card. You dial it in and then upload that shit.
Remember over minutes?
Remember, I'll call you after 9 so I don't burn my minutes.
Get that free ride.
That
is crazy, dog.
Oh God.
Here we are.
Yeah, we grew up at a good time.
You got to pay extra for text messages.
when we release this on the food community, this is gonna be like, who are these old ass?
Right? Old ass. They're old dog.
Hey, but you know, music brought us together though.
Still no gray hair.
Music brought us together because our cliques didn't get along.
Nah.
Straight up. We gonna call it out right here, homie. Nah, hey, easy, homie. Italian versus the Puerto Rican.
Yeah. That's wild.
Let's do it. Our cliques didn't get along, but music brought us together. Though.
It did bring us together too, because it was it was the underground hip hop scene back then, bro. It was like,
and then both of you fools. Well, he's my cousin, and then you kick it with my other cousin.
Yeah,
and he.
Oh yeah,
remember
he used to kick it with
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Shout out to my boy Kevin.
Yeah. So you guys, so like. When I met these fools, I brought Kevin over to his pad one time, and then he's like, "Hey, that fool's from what?" And he's like, "Yeah, like that's my cousin. That's my cousin." Like,
hey, he told me that story. I didn't hear that story
like,
either.
Shit, like, and these fools are cousins, so like, and then they don't, but their cliques didn't get along.
Yeah.
That little peacemaker.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like,
yeah, it's crazy, and then that's how I met you, dude. And then
we might have fought once. We might have. I mean,
there was a couple.
Maybe you hit me a couple times in a group thing or something.
Yeah. Nah, there was.
You know what I mean? But I know I hit you sometime.
Yeah, no, those are rumbles, bro. That's how it breaks
we had
up.
A couple guys
we run into each other. Yeah, for sure. Trying to walk through the street and slash each other out, and then all of a sudden you run into each other like, oh, what's up then? You know,
that's crazy.
Run the fade. You know what I mean? That's how it is. But look, we're friends now, bro. And it's so good to see you when you walk through the door. I was like excited to see you, bro. You and your family. I mean, it's funny because even back then, like we fought a lot of our friends. You know what I mean? Or you fought a lot of dudes that ended up being your really that end up being your good friends. You know that's
how it was back then. You fight them the next day. You see him at lunch, grabbing a soda or going playing ball the next day.
Mm-hmm.
You see him at a party, you squabble, and then that's it. Yeah. Nowadays,
I remember running Nozel though, because or Sean, excuse me, my bad. That was
right.
We're all out.
Going 20 years.
I went straight back. I went back.
Yeah.
Right? But I remember running into him at the hip hop parties and just be like, "Yo, what's up?" Just freestyling and whatever, you know, open mic or whatever, you know. Those are good times.
Good times, because a lot of times, bro, I swear to you, we did not get along.
Yeah.
Like other than in a cypher. It was like, I don't even know that fool. What? I'm going to hit that fool later. But then in the cypher, we're like all rapping.
It was a battle, huh? It was a battle, huh? It was like our battle. Yeah. It was tight.
That was good. It was tight. Games right there, bro.
Competitive, bro. Our era is competitive, huh?
Facts.
Yeah. It's very competitive. Like, that's what I like about our era, too. You'd be like, nah, like, I remember always thinking like, nah, fuck that. I could do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you could do it or not, or, you know, I could do it. If they could do it, I could do it, you know? So,
yeah. If these folks can do it, I can do that shit too. Like
we came from Highland Park, and when we moved to Rolling Heights, I fought Robert McAfee on like the second day. That fool hit me, cracked me, whatever. Paul jumped him. I was just sitting in the detention center and shit, and I was like just sitting there. I'm like, fuck, for my eye. And I'm like, hey, man, you hit me pretty good, dog. He's like, yeah, you got me pretty good on my chin. After that, bro, we were like best friends.
Game, bro. That sounds like the Muay Thai MMA game.
It was like, hey, man, good shit.
You know what I'm saying? I told the dude lit me up, and I was like, hey, bro, good job, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just people acknowledging each other and respect. You know, sometimes.
With that, when did you make the transition into like training full time in with Muay Thai, or when, like, what inspired you to go that route?
Man, well, the first time I ever like got into fitness, I was like 17. I got busted, right? And I was getting drug tested. So I didn't know what to do when I was going to high school, and I have a lot of friends, you know. I'm pretty well known because I'm very respectful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I show respect like everywhere I go, and for the most part, like people respect that. You know what I'm saying? So I had some homies that like played like ball or something at Northview in Covina, and it was my senior year, and they were like, all right, we're bouncing. I'm like, you folks are just gonna leave me right here? Like, what's up? Where are you guys going? And they were like, we're gonna go hit the weight room. And I was like, there's a weight room here? And they were like, yeah. And then I was like, can I go? And then they took me, and then I started lifting weights, bro. And then I got into just straight shoulder raises, shoulder press, and chest press, and all of a sudden I blew up, and people were like, yo, what the are you on steroids or what? I was like, I was like, nah, I'm just lifting weights, and like, I don't know, it's just what I do, like, because I was bored. I had like 4 classes, bro. Like senior year was pretty easy, you know, my last semester. And then I had gotten a street fight in a party, and some fool was the bouncer, and he hit us with the aluminum trash can, bro, WWF style, like break it up. And that fool my elbow up, bro, and I couldn't even lift no more. I was out the game for like 2 or 3 years, and just like I had a baby at that time. I started working in the union as an iron worker, and just like kind of lost myself, like big, little chubby 21. And then my homie Steve De La Paz, the one, rest in peace. Yeah. He was like, yo, I'm training martial arts now, and it was like right when MMA started kind of coming on the scene. Okay. Right. So I was a big pro wrestling fan my whole life, bro. Yeah. Like WWF, WCW, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like just big fan, and I always want to be a pro wrestler. Shit. You remember wrestling your brothers or your cousins and shit?
Oh yeah.
That's so funny, bro. Shit, bro.
I hope not.
That's what he's clowning. Yeah. That's funny as fuck. My homie always says that shit. I always call that fool Doink the Clown. You know what I mean? But I just my buddy started training Jeet Kune Do and like Redlands at a Wednesday night group. Yeah. And it was under Tim Tackett, who was actually like from the Bruce Lee lineage, because Jeet Kune Do is Bruce Lee's martial art. And he started going there and tapping in with them, and then I would always hit him up like, what's up, fool? Let's kick it. Like let's freestyle. Let's do something. Like, where you at? You've been disappearing. He's like, I'm training. I'm like, I don't know what that means, bro. Like, what do you mean you're training? Yeah. Finally one day he was like, yo, come down. And then I came down. He goes, hey, I need a train. Can you hold pass for me? And I was like, I guess. And he showed me how to hold pass for him. And then he told me, all right, it's your turn. And he ran me through the same drills, and I got so high off that shit, bro. And that was it. Like, I was always hitting him up like, yo, let's kick it. Like, let's hit pads. You know what I'm saying? Let's run drills. And then around that time was like 2010, and they had an OTM in West Covina. It was called On the Mats. Okay. So OTM was like the first like MMA store and brand really that was sponsoring all the fighters, like professional fighters and everybody. So they had one in West Covina, and I went over there and I found some flyers for like some fights. Yeah. And then we went and checked them out, and I remember watching, and they had this big fight, and everybody was yelling for this fool Chato. They were going nuts for him. Big gym, takes in Muay Thai in Van Nuys, famous gym under Julio Trana now. Very successful. He was going after it, and I looked at him, and I told my homie next to me, I was like, I'll fight that fool. You know what I'm saying? And then like, it just so happened like we were training like in the backyard and in the park and in the garage, just running drills that my buddy was bringing back. Steve was bringing back from Wednesday night group, Jeet Kune Do. Yeah. And it was me, my homie Milk, and Steve, and Milk happened to do like a backyard grappling tournament, and he did pretty good. Yeah. So they had his number, and they called him and were like, hey, like, you did pretty good in that grappling tournament. Would you like to try a kickboxing match? And then he was like, they invited me to kickbox, and I was like, or Muay Thai. And I was like, are you going to take it? And he was like, nah. And I was like, fuck it, fool, sign me up. Like, let's see what we can do. We've been training. Like, we might as well try, And shit, bro, we got there, and who did I get paired against? That fool Chato. So we were there. I borrowed the headgear. I borrowed the cup. I had like shorts down to my shins, because at that time we didn't wear no shorts past our thighs and shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I walked in there, and the bell rang, bro. I never been in a ring, never really sparred against a guy that wasn't my two buddies that I was training with. Yeah. And I hit him with a big like overhand right, and I stunned him, bro. And then I bounced in front of him like I was Bruce Lee and shit. Like, because I didn't know what to do, I didn't have the experience to follow up, try to finish him or whatever. Yeah. And he came back, bro, and he worked my ass, bro. He me with the liver shot with the knee. Yeah. And I dropped down, and I almost fucking died, bro. I almost wanted to quit, but people were there like watching me. Like a couple homies came. Yeah, I had like, you know what I'm saying?
So you stood up.
I was looking at my buddy, and I was like, whoa, fuck, I don't want to be here. Yeah. And then I ended up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you found out right there, bro. Yeah. And then I lasted till, I tried my best, and I lasted till the third round. In the last 10 seconds, they kind of, I was covering up in the corner like he was hitting me. And then they just stopped it and gave it to him, TKO, KO finish. Yeah. But after that, bro, it really, like, I wanted that rematch. And for years, I wanted that rematch. So I just started training harder and harder. I took another smoker in Pasadena. I did good. I won. Then I came back into that spot at Flores Muay Thai in La Puente. That was the gym at the time. The only, back then, like 2010, 2012, think it was like 2012. There wasn't a Muay Thai gym on every corner. Yeah. It wasn't an MMA gym on every corner. You know what I mean? So it was like hard to get access to, as well as like there wasn't even like YouTube demonstration videos or nothing else. You know what I'm saying? We were just like doing the best we could with what we had, you know? Yeah. And I went and fought my third one and I lost. It was because I was like I said, like 200 pounds fighting fucking a guy at 6'4", lean as fuck, you know? Just had reach and length on me. And I was like, you know what? I'm pretty good, like, but I need professional help. Like, I think I can take this somewhere, but I need professional help. So
that's when you made the transition to Kings?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
How'd you hear about Kings, or how'd you get into Kings?
So again,
that's a big gym. Well, his name, he's Raphael. He goes back.
Yeah, bro.
To,
that lineage is rich.
Yes.
It's very.
Yeah, he's a two-time coach of the year.
Coach of the year. I mean, multiple UFC champions, multiple
and even to this day, he has Gaslam, Vittori. Like those are big names.
But Neil DeRouche. Yeah, I was there moving with Giga Chikadze.
That was bad.
But that feels really bad, bro. I'm scared when I move with that fool. That feels nasty.
Yeah, have you got it?
Giga kicked me yesterday. I went, oh, you know. But
that's a smoker.
Vicious.
Yeah, huh?
He's a smoker.
No.
Yeah. What's a smoker, dog?
I don't even
know.
To clear that up. No, yeah.
Thinking,
no, it's all
on the
good.
corner.
Yeah, dog. I'm thinking the homie.
No, so
I fought a couple of them.
So mind you, I got
also
you.
Smokers.
I got you.
Yeah.
No, a smoker bout. Back then they didn't have like a fight commission.
Yeah.
They didn't have a fight commission to like judge the fights and rank the fights, and they technically weren't legal. So they were called smoker bouts.
Yeah, so then non-commissioned fights.
Oh, okay. Yeah, uncommissioned. Uncommissioned fights. But they were basically, 3 2-minute rounds as an amateur Muay Thai fights. And then I fought those just training out of the garage, and then I was fighting guys that had coaches and that had experience and had ring experience and owned gyms and been to Thailand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've been in the game. So my boy, in 2013, my boy Steve De La Paz, he goes, hey, I'm going to Kings MMA, like peep it out. He sent me the YouTube on it, like all the stars are there, all the big guys are there, like it's in Huntington Beach, we should go. And like, dog, I was like on unemployment, like, you know what I'm saying? I was on unemployment, my license was suspended, I don't even think I had a car, and I told him like, well, I'm down, but like, are you gonna drive? And he was like, yeah, I'll drive, jump in with me. So he took me. But when he took me, like low-key, that fool was the biggest lagger. Rest in peace, dog. But that fool was like the biggest lagger. So he would show up like 15 minutes into the class, and I was like, yo, like, what are you doing, bro? We can't be showing up late. Like, he's like, nah, they're cool with it, whatever, just jump in after. And I was like, nah, that's disrespect. I don't like that. I was like, like, if you're going to show up late, like, I'm not going to go. So, somehow I got busy with life again. And then later I got a job, I got my license back, and I was a delivery driver, and I happened to pass by Kings MMA because we were there on a trial, so I was only there for like 2 classes.
Yeah.
And then I passed by and I was like, oh damn, Kings MMA's right here. So I talked to my job and I told him like, hey, can I buy the delivery truck off you? Because I want to train twice a week and I'll keep it at my house and I'll work for you, but I'll come in on Tuesday and Thursday, like later in the afternoon. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. So that's how I made my way back there. Oh, shit. And then I just started, you know what I'm saying? I started going to like the beginner class to the intermediate, and then eventually I made pro class. And you know what I'm saying? I just stuck with Master Rafael the whole time, I mean, he's a great dude. He's gave me a job. At one time he gave me a place to live. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Dope. When I needed it. So I always remain loyal to the Kings MMA banner and the Rafael Cordero lineage. Yeah. But I've always lived in the SUV and drove one way to Huntington Beach, like 30 miles and back. So it took like 4 hours of my day just to train there. So I could only make it twice a week. Yeah. The rest of the time it was me training on my own or getting my work in where I could until Steve was available to train me like he was, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's basically how I got there. And got plugged in with Kings, I figured if I was gonna get it and go somewhere big, like,
why not be there, right?
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like, if you want to go and compete with like the best in that certain area or something, you're gonna go to where the champions are made, right? And you want to go with somebody that's been there, that's done it, that has the experience, and who has more experience than him. There's a lot of people out there nowadays, a lot of gyms opening up, but they all come from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
There's all a lineage. And he's at the beginning even of the lineage. Like he has his own lineage, and when you go back to it, like he's still at the beginning. He was there with Shoot the Box, right?
Yeah.
With when Anderson Silva was on his reign, he was in Anderson Silva's corner, wasn't he?
Vanderlei Silva.
And Vanderlei Silva.
Vanderlei, Shogun Hua, Ninja Hua, Pele.
All these guys.
Chris Cyborg, Santos Cyborg, all of them.
And he's won championships in his own right.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. And he was a first bare knuckle fighter, like no rules, valetudo, anything goes. Yeah.
He's won it. How many times did he win that?
I had twice, I believe.
Right?
Yeah. Wow, you really know your shit, bro. This guy knows
this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just want to know if you ever got your run back with Chato, G.
Oh shit.
You know what, bro? I didn't.
Chato, where you at?
I never got it back. But you know what? Low key, like, that's what motivated me for years. You know what I'm saying? I was
He's gonna be in the comments right now.
I was like, I'm gonna get that back. You know what I mean? And
Chato's a smoker now.
Actually, I was like, you know, of course, like, you know, when he was my motivation, I was like trailing him, you know what I mean? Here and there, he dropped out, probably did live, but that fool came back. But he was an actual like 200-pound fighter. You know what I mean? Like, I should be legit like fighting 170, 65, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's so, I mean, homeboy worked me, bro. I'm lucky he didn't kill me in there. You know what I mean? And he was bad.
That's wild.
Full community, Muay Thai event, Vinny fan versus Chato. Let's run it.
No cap.
He don't got the pro club shorts on anymore.
Oh, shit, bro. Might have to wear the shakas, though, because that's the sponsor. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
That's it.
Let's run it.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
Going back to the Anderson Silva fight, I mean, his son, right? How did that come? Did we talk about that, right? How it came about? Did you have a full training camp for that one?
I did.
You did?
I did, yeah. Well, I was already training.
Mm-hmm.
I was already training, and I was just trying to get in. I was just getting in shape. You know what I'm saying? I was heavy, like coming back from the pandemic, so I was fat as fuck, bro. I was depressed, and I was like, yo, like, even if I don't fight again, like, I should still be training and just find the love for training how I used to, you know, because like once I became a fighter and like try to make it a career and go after it, I kind of fell out of the love of just like blasting pads and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Like it was like work. So it was like, also it was like, if I didn't have anything to get ready for, I wasn't doing it. And then that also ended up being like kind of a burden on my career as well, you know? So we were getting ready, and we were just hoping that we were going to get something, you know, as we were starting to get like our flow back. Cause Steve would,
he was there for that fight.
Yeah, he was there for that fight, bro. He was there for that fight. I got the text to prove it. You know what I mean? Even now I look back at it, cause he goes, yo, fighters rep text me.
Yeah.
They said, Silva's opponent's out. Do you want to take it? 5 round. And then it goes championship fight. And I was like, fuck yeah. But I told him on the text, I go, but I need you, bro, because that fool's training. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know, the thing is like, you got, okay, so he's a big name with a lot of funding behind him.
Yeah, well, is he the big name, or is it just because it's where he comes from?
Well, I mean, it's where he comes from, right? But his father, but think about it. Everybody's in his ear. Yeah. Everybody's in his corner. Yeah. Everybody wants to train him. Yeah. Everybody's willing to train him. Like, I don't got shit on that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I was ready because I just told Steve, like, hey, all I need is you, dog, and let's grind.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for it. And that's when he told me, all right, let's go. So we trained for it.
Yeah.
We got ready. I had a real good sponsor at the time that actually like housed me. They housed me up in like fucking Palos Verdes estate. Like, it was pretty nice, bro. I've never been up that way. And they had a little company house, so they gave me a room right there, and like it was just a nice, like, I was training, I would be there, I'd be running the beach and shit at Redondo Beach and Hermosa Beach, and then I would run back up to Palos Verdes, and I had like just a good mindset, bro. Like, my mindset was good. I didn't have any you know, work issues and have to juggle clients, have to pay rent at the gym that I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
For that type of fight, like when you know where the other opponent's mindset is in, where his training, like he ain't worrying about none of that either. Like his dad is his dad, so they're training since he was a little kid probably. They've been training all his life, so to go into a fight like that, you need to be fully prepared.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, pull it up though.
Yeah,
because that knockout is pretty vicious.
It was like Karate Kid.
Yeah.
So it was. After that knockout, did you look at Anderson Silva? Did you give him a little stare down? Did you give him a look like?
Nah, bro. I mean, to be honest, the whole place goes nuts. So I missed the kick. I followed through with the spinning back fist as he comes in to counter me with the cross. And I clipped him. Yeah. And then I seen that I clipped him and he wobbled and I just floored him, bro. And I knew right there when they were giving him the 8 count because I was trying to finish him there.
Yeah.
And they broke him and then I just knew to not let off the gas, and I come right in and boom, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just clobbering them. And
did you know that like that this is my moment and you had to take it?
Oh, yeah.
Vicious.
Yeah.
And then so
my homie Rusty, shout outs to Rusty at the Shack System in Glendora. He came in the ring. I landed on him and smashed him. But yeah, I knew it was my moment. I had
you weren't worried about like gassing out, or this it was just like, hey, I have to finish.
This is in the first round.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You weren't worried about gassing out or anything. You just like you felt it and you're like, I have to end it now.
Yeah, bro, and that's something that comes with like enough ring experience to know, and then having the killer instinct, right? Yeah. Like when a shark smells blood. Mm-hmm. But I thought he was gonna counter me like right there where we spin off one rope to the other, and I kind of like pause for a second and wait for it, and then when I seen it, I just went in and finished it. But
so Anderson Silva didn't get in the ring and be like, I need to avenge my son.
Nah, you don't need to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his son is a great fighter, bro. Both of his sons are great fighters.
Good. The young son is really good.
Yeah. They're both really great fighters, bro. But just, God gave me the victory that night, bro. Yeah. Like it was my night. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good victory you have on the belt.
Oh, it's a great one, you know. But like, even the thing is that like, even when it went viral around the whole world.
Yeah.
I mean, it went viral like crazy, but it wasn't like Vinny Fam KOs Gabriel Silva, Anderson Silva's son. It just says Anderson Silva's son gets knocked out in first round. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like a lot of people try to give me like props and shine for it. But to be honest, bro, I knew I was going to get that shit, bro. Because I'm a dog and I'm a veteran. I was a veteran at that time to where we're like
still fairly new and like professional. Like
well, here's my look at it where I don't want to like really like I'm not saying nothing bad, but like you got to remember who his dad is and everybody in his ear, right? And telling him, oh, you look so great. Oh, you're just like your dad. Oh man, you're amazing. And think about the guys like how I said yesterday when I went to the gym and they bopped the shit out of me, bro.
Yeah,
they're hitting me full force, leaving their scuff marks on my forehead and fucking eye. You know what I mean? You think people are hitting that guy like that? Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was ready for whatever, bro. You know what I mean? I've been through the fucking trenches. Like I knew once we got in there and got to lock it up, like I was ready for however it went. But I didn't, he hit me, I felt it, and then I was just like, all right. And then I did catch him with the spinning back fist, but I mean that's like 101. When you miss a kick, you follow through with the back fist or something.
Do you think that's probably why you don't get as many fights as you should be because of your age and because of like maybe your record, and then when they do put you into a fight with the guy that is on his way up his trajectory, and then you knock him out.
Yeah, that was a big upset for that promotion.
Do you think that's why? After that fight, did you ever fight with them again?
Nah.
So like, do you think maybe that's why? Like,
because he's fucking them up.
Well, yeah, because you got like, so you look at your age, right?
Yeah.
And in your record, you started pro a little late.
Yeah.
Right. And then you go in. All right, you said it was a kind of a last minute fight too.
Yeah.
So a short notice fight against Gabriel Silva, Anderson Silva's son. He's fucking
for the West Coast title.
West Coast title. So for that organization to have Anderson Silva's son win the title. And now you're gonna get Anderson Silva's name behind this promotion, and you're gonna build it up, and then you get this guy coming in short notice, lays him out. Do you think that kind of like affected your career or in any way?
A little bit here and there, maybe a little bit, bro. But
that's a cool narrative.
That is though.
Is it a cool narrative? I'm just saying it from my perspective, from somebody that watches fights, and
you should have
like other should
have let them win.
You should let them win.
Yeah.
Big names wouldn't want to like book you or get a fight with you.
Well,
yeah.
In that
so
world,
you're gonna knock them out.
In that world, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, like they think about that shit.
Yeah.
They think about
promoters do. Promoters do,
right?
That's why I probably haven't got a call back on the fight that they offered me once they had me send video of myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I got called for last minute. I think it's like bare knuckle extreme. It's another bare knuckle league, but it's not BKFC.
Okay.
It's not the bare knuckle fighting championship, the one that Mike Perry's in.
Yeah.
The extreme version.
Yeah, it's extreme. But they called me last minute to fight some dude who is a veteran in the scene and everywhere right there. But I think once I sent my stuff, they found a maybe like guy that doesn't have maybe like a chance.
Yeah, so like
not in that way, but you get what I'm saying. Like, so they're like, yo, we're not gonna bring this guy last fucking minute, pay him like X amount of dollars, and then have him knock out the guy we're building.
So it's like this, like not
sense.
It's a business,
bro.
So not saying this in like disrespectful way, but they're like they look at the film, they see like why we're gonna bring in somebody that could potentially knock this fool out that doesn't have a big name.
Yeah.
Like so we got full community behind you now. So let's push it. So let's
go.
So
let's go.
That's what it is. Like why
fighting for the fools?
For this.
I like that.
Yeah.
My bad. It's because on the camera it's that.
Oh yeah. For that. So that's what it is. That's the whole sport. That's why that's why Ryan Garcia and fucking Tank Davis or Tank Davis and Haney, all these fools are arguing because about everybody wants to be the A side. Everybody wants the money. Everybody wants the promotion. You're not big enough. You don't sell enough tickets. So all that plays a part into everything. So like when you get into the last minute fights, they look at, okay, he's an older guy. His record's decent. Let's bring him in. Mm-hmm. Let's bring him in here, and maybe he can get this fight right.
Yeah.
So maybe we can get this fight, but then they see the tape, they see the footage, they see the upsets that you have been. So like,
could be, bro.
So is the risk reward the reward to get a last? They can go find somebody else that's 2-4, 2-3, 3-4 that they can bring in, and that's gonna go and play for the narrative.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
Vicious.
I mean, honestly,
go look at all these fighters' records when they first start off. They're fighting these fools that are like under 500.
Yeah.
So look at Habib's. Habib, it's one of the best MMA. But look at his record. His first like 10, 15 fights are fools are 2-4. 0-1.
I get it. No, well, you're building a guy up, or you're doing like a feeder fight. Those are called feeder fights. Yeah. So when they put you against like a guy that they know you're gonna smoke, that's like a feeder fight. You know, you're just getting fed, or they're feeding him to you. But yeah, I'm definitely not a feeder, bro. No, you know what I'm saying? I'm an eater, homie. You know?
That's why kind of what I'm trying to get at. Like, do you feel like that's kind of like?
Yeah. I mean, it could definitely be, bro. I mean,
especially in the States, it's probably different over there when you're fighting in Mexico.
Yeah, like it's way different. I had to take.
There's a fight, like they're there to fight.
Yeah, well, I had to take like a lot of highlights and just stuff down that I had on my Instagram and like Facebook, social media, because I didn't want people to see it, because I did have opponents dropping out over there as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the pool's not as deep over there as it is, of course, here in the States, and here, especially in California.
Yeah.
Everybody's fucking out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even like through my amateur fights, I'm 10-5, and those are all tough fights, bro.
Yeah. What's your professional record right now?
Right now I'm 4-0.
4-0.
Yeah, 4-0 as a pro.
Got 4-0. I'm
4-0 as a pro, and I have 2 KOs as a pro, right?
Yeah.
And those 3 of them are Muay Thai, like Thai boxing, and one of them's a car check fight with the rope on the hands. Yeah.
That shit's tight.
Yeah.
Car check. Fucking kickboxing.
Yeah, like kickboxer, like Van Damme and kickboxer.
Like Tung Po in the fucking room kicking the fucking post.
Yeah. Well, I'm not that bad, but you know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Good shit, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, anything else to say? Anything you want to get off your chest before?
Man, I don't really got anything to say. First of all, thank you guys for having me on. Thank you for considering me. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the exposure. Shout out to all the fools that follow Food Community. You know what I'm saying? You know, right now I got some fights coming up. To help me out. You know, I'm looking for some sponsors. You know, one thing I got accepted to fight in the Thai Olympics. Well, I was supposed to do the trials and then they'll fly me out to Thailand, but I just didn't have the backing for it. You know, that's one thing that kind of is a crutch for me as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With fighting, because, you know, you got to fund myself, or, you know, the promoters, they only pay like one way, or they don't, there's not a lot of money in this shit. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm grateful for Muay Thai. I'm grateful for martial arts. I'm grateful for it because, you know, I was wild at one time in the streets. I was running around doing things that, you know, a lot of our friends now, especially at my age now, are just either dead or in jail or just lost and no longer with us here, even though they're here from drugs and alcohol. And, you know, I praise God for making the opportunity that he had to let me follow the dream once I found the passion for it. And, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Are you going to be taking bookings while you're out here for classes, right?
Yeah, I should start back up. I'm talking to Fusion Muay Thai at 10th Planet Covina into teaching some classes. Also, Albert's Gym.
Kaike
Jiu-Jitsu in Walnut. He's going to have me I think he said every last Thursday of the month.
Okay,
teaching a class there. And then shout out to Self-Made West Covina. Jason Tam over there at Self-Made, and Ricky and Marissa and all the trainers that are there. I run a business out of there as well. So we barely been back 30 days right now, so I'm still getting established, like moved into our new place and everything else. But pretty soon, I will be opening up some training down the line. So yeah.
There you go. You can catch them.
Yeah. That's it. Full Sports, Mike Theory, LA Icon, Azel. Shout out Vinny fam.
Yo.
You know, let's get it. Full Sports.
Appreciate you.
These